Just because they're dating you don't mean that they're not racist. Just because they're dating you don't mean they don't have no hidden ill feelings towards your culture. And the reason why I say that is I have a lot of uncles and friends that indulge in these relationships. And soon as a person gets mad, they start to blur out all these words and feelings that you never knew about. And it happens every day in a lot of interracial relationships. Some relationships I have seen is based on love. But some relationships I have seen is based on just physical fiction. More of a physical thing. But we get to that later. Right now, what I want to speak on, since some people want to say that black on black relationships don't work out, and they want to point out all the defaults in a black on black relationship, I'm going to point out the defaults in interracial relationships, and I'm going to prove my point. See, one thing about relationships, it has to be based on two people coming from the same place of understanding and having a lot in common. When a lot of relationships like this get together only because of physical fiction, and you know what I mean. Let me just cut the intellectual words and just say sex. A lot of these interracial relationships are based on sex alone. I have seen it with my own eyes. I have seen Caucasian women say, I want a black guy simply because of his penis size or his ability to have rhythm in the bedroom. So therefore, a lot of these relationships are based on physical fiction. Means it's just a physical thing. It's not true love, coming from a standpoint of understanding. And why would you want to be in a relationship that's only has to do with your physical ability to perform in the bedroom? Me personally, if I want my opposite companion, I want them to be not only physically attracted to me, but I want them to love me emotionally. Understanding where I'm coming from. Knowing where I'm coming from. Knowing that the way I feel means something. Knowing that I am somebody and believing in their heart that I am somebody. And not just some sex toy to enjoy. And a lot of the relationships are based on it, even though a lot of them won't admit it. But we know it's true because the outside world can see clearly what's happening. Just because they're with you don't mean that they're not racist. I have seen dudes out here, they chase these black women down. And the minute they get with a black woman, they won't even speak to you. They won't even speak to a brother. But they'll be with that black woman. But they won't even speak to you. I lived in an apartment complex where this one guy had this sister. And I noticed that this white guy never spoke to me. And I used to wonder, like, why did he never ever speak to me? I get it. You want a black woman, but you don't like black men. You want the woman because of the sexual attractiveness, but you don't want to deal with the culture of it. Don't you notice a lot of these relationships are consumed, meaning that the black person that is involved with the relationship have to become less black? Do you notice that? That they have to water down who they are in order to survive in that relationship? I have seen black men actually say they didn't like black women. I knew they were lying. I knew they were just saying this to satisfy this white woman. I'm not really into black women. They get on my nerves. But secretly going across town, sleeping with black women. Secretly going to the club, sleeping with black women. See, that is the problem I have with some of these relationships, because you have to water down who you are. You have to become somebody else. Then soon as this person gets mad, you become every N-word in the book. But see, these couples, they won't tell the truth about it. And it happens all the time, more than we know. Behind closed doors. It's a lot of black people that are in interracial relationships that are getting called nigger. But they never speak about it. You know why? Because they know their black family would go ham if they was to admit that their Caucasian lover or husband or wife called them a nigger in the passion of anger. They know they can't tell their family that. Oh, you'll never hear about that one. Because they know the minute they say that to their mama or their parents are going to be, oh, hell no, it's over. And a lot of these things are hidden. And what also kills me is I have seen some of my uncles go through multiple interracial relationships, but they never complain about it. They never say, man, the hell with interracial relationships. But let a black person go through one bad relationship with a black person, and all of a sudden they never want to be with a black person again. Black relationships just don't work out. But hold on, my brother. You on your fourth white woman. But you study giving her chances. But you had one bad relationship with one black woman, and all of a sudden you never want to talk to black women again. Why is we so hard on each other? Why are we so hard on each other? Why did we give them chances, but we too quick to chop our heads off when we're dealing with another black person? Is that not a sickness? Talk to me. But like I say, just because they dating you, don't mean they ain't racist. And just because they are with you, don't make them less racial than any other person walking down the street. I have seen it with my own eyes. I have seen the evidence of it. So just because you're walking down the street, don't expect me to say, okay, that guy must be cool when it comes to black people. Or that girl or that lady must be cool when it comes to black people because she's with that brother. It doesn't change her heart. Because a lot of these white women that date these black men, they don't like black women. I also seen that too. I've seen white women that date black men but don't have no black female friends. Ain't that kind of odd? You can date their brothers and their uncles and their cousins, but you don't want nothing to do with them. You can date the black man, but you don't want nothing to do with the black woman. I find that kind of funny. Don't you? And what kills me the most is that some of these brothers and sisters allow this to go on. No way in the world I can be with somebody that got any ill feelings toward my culture. If I even think you have any ill feeling against my people, Ain't no way in the world I could be in a relationship with you. So this is why I'm making this video, because I'm talking to you brothers and sisters that allow this to go on. You brothers and sisters that let these people call you niggers behind closed doors, because I know it's happening. And these brothers and sisters that know that you are only there because of sex. That know that that person is only there because of your sexual performance. I'm talking to you, and you know who you are. I'm talking to that sister that know that that white man she's dating don't like black men or the black culture, but you're still with him. And I'm talking to that brother that is with that white woman, but you know that white woman do not like black women. That makes me ashamed of you. And stop crying, all these people are just against interracial relationships. No, we're against the propaganda of it, because we see through the bull crap. We see it for what it is, not for what you want us to see. We see under the carpet. Because you have allowed that person you with to have no disregard for your people. And some of you even stay in relationships like that. I knew a brother that stayed in a relationship after his woman got mad and called him a nigger. But he still stayed with her. And the only thing I do is look at that brother and shake my head. And me and his relationship just evaporated because I just couldn't be in the presence of a brother like that. I just couldn't do it. Because I didn't understand how he allowed that to go down like that. But the moral of the story is, I just wanted to break down some things, some deep, secret type things that go on in these relationships that are not talked about. And that is the fact that just because they're with you don't mean that they're not racist. And just because they're with you don't mean they're with you because they love you. Because most of the relationships are based upon sex, period. You can walk up to the average brother and be like, "Oh man, is that your girl?" "Oh yeah." Then ask her, "Why is you with that brother?" "Oh, he is so awesome in bed. My God, like, he was my first black guy, and wow. It is so true what they say about black men. I mean, wow." And that's the response I used to get when I used to go to house parties and stuff. And I used to associate, white girl coming to me, like, "How you doing?" Whatever. And, and 5 minutes later within the conversation, she say, "Is it true what they say about black men?" And I'm looking at them like, wow, is that all you see me for? Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. Just because they're with you don't mean that they don't have no hidden agendas. Peace, love, keep your head up, stay straight, stay black, stay real. I'm only kicking the real, people. That's all I'm doing. I'm just keeping it 100, just like I was taught to. Peace.